Okay, so I'm making this video because I've been getting a lot of comments recently from people saying that they want to know how I balance everything with a wife, kids, a job, YouTube, business, filmmaking. How do I fit it all in without getting overwhelmed and just super stressed about it? So I run some community polls on my channel, and about 62% of people wanted to see a video on how I balance everything, how I balance my life, essentially. So this video is for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the things that I do that work for me, and hopefully I'm going to give you some tips and everything, and hopefully you can take some of that away and apply some of it to you, and let's hope it helps you too. So we're going to start off with a day in my life. So today is a Saturday, and this is what a typical Saturday looks like when I'm not at work and when I've got the kids. So it's a Saturday today, so I woke up at 6 a.m. Normally I'm awake at sort of like 4:30, 5 a.m. but on a Saturday I like to lay in a little bit. So I got up at 6 a.m. and the first thing I do is come downstairs because I like to have a tidy house. I cannot have a messy kitchen or living room or anything like that. So I come downstairs, put some washing on, tidy up, unload, reload the dishwasher, do some washing up, just make sure everything's all tidy and ready to go. So I've got a clean house, my mindset is nice and clear. Then I will make myself a coffee because coffee is life and I need coffee to survive. Then I will come into the studio, and I will start responding to a load of business emails and responding to as many of your comments as I can, because believe it or not, I actually read as many comments as possible because you give up your valuable time to watch my videos. My audience is the most valuable thing to me with regards to YouTube. So I want to make sure I read and respond to as many of them as possible. So then once I do that, then I will go and get my youngest son up. So once I've got my youngest son up, they'll get him ready, get him his breakfast, get him sorted for the day, and then we will go for a little swimming lesson, a little father-son bonding swimming lesson. So my wife and my oldest son like to lay in a little bit, so they will lay in, and I will then go swimming with the youngest one. And then I will sit and have a coffee. It was a beautiful day today, so we had a coffee, and he just sat there and had his crisps and a bottle, so he was loving life. Then we come home and it's lunchtime. So then I have lunch, he has lunch, my other son is ready for lunch. So we all have lunch together. Then the youngest one will go down for a nap, and I'll play with the oldest one for a little while and just have a bit of bonding time with him. Then after that, I will then come in here and I will then be ready to film my YouTube video. By this point, I would have already have researched it and maybe done a little bit of script so I know roughly what I'm going to do. This video, I've just literally got some bullet points on what I want to talk about. So it's more of a free-flowing video. So I apologise if it gets a bit waffly, but I'm just trying to be a little bit authentic and show you how I do things. So then I will film that video, and normally I'll film it and try and do my best to edit it and get it ready to be uploaded there and then, but I will film it and then maybe take a break and then sometimes edit a little bit later, but I just try and do it all in one seamless flow. Then once I've done that, then I will then switch off for the afternoon and spend the entire afternoon with my family and bonding with them and doing things with them, depending on what I've got going on. So for example, you might be asking, okay, that's great, but what do you do on a work day? So this is where I need to talk about the fact that you need to get some balance. So on a work day, I'm at work. I'll just go to work. I'll spend the day at work, and then I come home and my kids go to bed, and then I'll spend a little bit of time researching for a YouTube video. So it just depends on getting it right and getting that balance right. So the first thing I want to talk about is scheduling your day. How do you get that balance right? Well, what I do is I schedule my entire day from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. And normally, like I said, I'm up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So my calendar, I use Notion calendar, but you can use Google Calendar, even a calendar app on your phone. It doesn't really matter. They all kind of do the same thing. So you then schedule your entire day, literally from wake up, do a workout in the living room for 15 minutes, like on Apple TV or YouTube or something like that. Then have a coffee, have breakfast, get the kids ready, get ready for work, go to work, then block out your calendar for work for the day. Then come home, make dinner for the kids, spend time with the kids, then put them to bed, then focus on making a YouTube video or research, stuff like that. You literally need to just schedule your entire day. And once you get that sorted, then you will understand it gives you a good structure for the day. And you'll notice that when you don't put things in there like watching Netflix for 4 hours, then you realise how much you waste time. Because a lot of you, probably like me when I first started YouTube, because I started when I had a wife, obviously. I started when I had a wife, when I had a toddler, and she was pregnant with our second, and I had a full-time job as well. So if I can manage to fit it in, I can guarantee 98% of you can as well. But we look at all these big successful YouTubers that are between like the ages of 20 and 30, that are full-time YouTubers, that just have YouTube and that's it. And they're like, oh, how to manage YouTube while you've got a part-time job or a full-time job. And you think, well, they've got nothing else, so of course they can fit in YouTube. Their alternatives are to go out with their friends or whatever. So of course they have. They don't have all the commitments like we have when we have families. So I understand you don't really resonate with that, and then you make the connection of you associate that with, oh, well, I can't do it, and you give yourself an excuse, when the reality is you can do it, you just need to sacrifice something. So I sacrificed going out with friends, watching rubbish on TV, just going down the pub, or just wasting time, playing video games, things that I didn't need to do, that didn't serve me. I got rid of those things and made YouTube a priority. I made my business a priority because I'm growing it for the future, and that's something you need to focus on as well. So it's just about sacrificing something. And once you schedule your whole day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you will understand that you'll have a structure that you can follow. Now, you can't be rigid with it, don't get me wrong, because life is what happens when you're busy making other plans, right? So you need to be fluid with it and allow for mistakes and allow for other things to get in the way. But as long as you have a structure, you'll find that you'll stick to it a lot better. The next thing is focus on the task at hand. So when you have a task, when you're doing something, focus on that and actually be present. So if you put in there, you're at work, then be present at work and focus on what you need to do at work to do a good job and be a good employee, and get all your business stuff and everything else out of your head. Don't think about it. I know that's easier than it sounds, but just trust me, you just need to just try and focus on what you're doing at that moment in time. So if you're spending time with your family or your wife and kids, spend time with them and focus on them. Don't get distracted by thinking about your YouTube analytics or staring at your phone, trying to look at if you've got two new subscribers, or if you've got that bit of work that you wanted to get from a client or something. Don't worry about that. That is not important. You need to focus on the task that you're doing at that particular moment in time. And it's a balance that we all need to get, but it's something that is very important. The next thing is to know the value of your time. Now, if you are like me and you have a wife and kids and a job, then you need to know how valuable your time is, because you can always get more money. You could win the lottery tomorrow and you could be a millionaire, and you can always get more money, or you could get a bonus at work, or get a promotion, or land some big high-paying clients or sponsorships. But with time, you'll never get that back. You have exactly the same amount of time as everyone else on this planet. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, The Rock, all these people that are multi-millionaires and have big successful businesses have exactly the same 24 hours in a day you do. So you just need to know the value of your time. So if somebody tries to get you to do something for a very lowball offer, or something that isn't going to serve you in the long run, don't be afraid to say no. The next thing is you need to make sacrifices. And this is going back to when you talk about knowing how to schedule your day and fit everything in. So I've sacrificed going out with friends, going on holidays, going out playing video games, doing things that I genuinely enjoy, because I know that it doesn't serve me in the long run, and I want to grow YouTube, I want to grow my business, I want to be a filmmaker, I want to be a course creator, all this stuff, this vision that I have, I know that this is what I want to do. So I focus on doing that. Don't get me wrong, I still do play video games, still do play Call of Duty every so often. I go out on motorbike rides with my friends out in the country roads of England, because they're beautiful country roads here when the 3 days of the year that we have nice weather. But I balance it better, and my friends know that if they want me to do anything, they need to give me at least a week's notice, because I can fit it into my schedule. And it's just about striking that balance and having the time to do YouTube and the time to do business that works. Now, as I said before, this video might sound a little bit waffly, but I'm trying to keep it fluid and free-flowing and natural, so that I can just get out of my brain what I want to share with you, because it's an experience that I've had. 2 years ago, I was struggling to get 1 new subscriber a day if I was lucky, and get 100 views on a video if I was lucky. And I was doing all of that with a full-time job, with a wife and kids. So it's very, very hard. I know it's very, very hard, but you need to work for yourself in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years, because you understand that it's a process. Some people will gain all these subscribers within a few weeks. Some people will do it within a few years. Everyone's on a different path. And as long as you work for your future self and understand what you want to achieve, you will eventually get there, trust me. So the key to balancing your time is just to be fluid, and just to make sure that you fit everything in. Be present in the moments when you are doing something. Focus on one task at a time and actually schedule your day so that you know what you're doing, and color code everything. I color code things on my calendar for business, for the gym, for work, for kids, for all of that. So just make sure you have a system that works and that you can stick to and has some longevity to it. Whatever you do, just don't give up, just keep going. And if you are on the route to 1,000 subscribers and you want to know how I actually got to 1,000 subscribers in the time that I've done it, then watch this video up here next, because that'll be the one that will tell you exactly how I've achieved it.